Diane in Denmark here, rah, 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 and welcome back to the next day of our New Year, New You course. Just a wee word about yesterday. Yesterday I was talking about using the Getting Things Done system to set up some lists to clear the brain fog. I mentioned the Google Keep app. Google Keep, you can actually set up some reminders in there, so you can have reminders coming in daily if you've used it for your morning routine, your weekly routine. Remember, you can also put these things down on paper. Some people like to use an app. Also, if you've set up an errand day list in there, you can have it recurring weekly, so you'll get the reminder, or monthly, so that's a great little thing that I enjoy using. Anyway, let's move on to today, because the last few days I've been showing you how we're going to set up things differently this time around, and how things are going to change for you. But sometimes motivation is a problem, or follow through is a motivation, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So anyway, I hope you are having a great day out there. Still dark and here in Denmark this morning, but don't worry, we've got the hygge going. I've got the hygge turned up to max. So all I'm going to say to you is live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you, and I'll see you on the other side. Diane in Denmark here. Welcome back to Hygge Camp. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 things that are going to make this work for you. Now, you know, we've all got good intentions, and you know, we want to make a new, improved version of ourselves. Kudos to us, to everybody for doing that. Now, on the first day of Hygge Camp, we talked about the little daily things that we have to do in order to keep our lives running. And we made, you know, a list of the things that we're working on, you know, the morning routine and the evening routine, afternoon routine if you need one of those, and pamper time, all those little elements that are going to make our day run smoothly. And on the second day of Hygge Camp, we looked at how we need to structure our week, having a set purpose for each day, which is going to save us time and energy and give us time to do all the things that we want to be doing. And then yesterday I showed you a few ways that you can organise the thoughts in your head, because you know, we've got a plan for the house, we've got a plan for the day, but we also need a plan for the thoughts that come tumbling into our heads. So if you missed those days, don't worry, just go back and have a look. And I did a quick recap of those on the first days of Hygge Camp, and I've also, on the next stage, I've got playlists on weekly home blessing hour, where I clean the house with you, you know, in 1 hour, where I show you me tidying out my handbag on a Friday. So, and going through the Getting Things Done system. So the playlists are all there, so you can go and play with those. But as I said, today I want to give you the 3 things that are going to make this Hygge Camp work for you, because you know, we've all kind of tried before doing new things and it didn't work. So hopefully these are the 3 things that are going to make it work for you this time. Now, first of all, you need a plan. And that's what we've been doing the first couple of days. We've got our plan. If you just have things written down, it's so much easier. You know, things will happen once you write them down. And you'll have heard that from all the different self-help books and TED Talks, and just the very fact of writing it down means that you're already halfway there with your brain. You've made that kind of commitment. And that's all fine and good, because you know, we all like to write down things in our control journal, and you know, I was talking about the Getting Things Done thing of, you know, well, you can see I've already been working through my things yesterday. So that's great that we have the plan. You now have the plan, you know what you're supposed to be doing, hopefully. And then, but that's just the first part. The second part to your success is being consistent with these things. Now, I know a lot of you, because I get these really funny comments saying that when people grow up they want to be like me. I am just the same as you. The thing that I discovered using, you know, first of all, Flylady system, Getting Things Done system, you may be using Miracle Morning, KonMari, whatever it is. The key to doing these things is being consistent with it. Now, I have the same 24 hours a day that you have, and I, unload my dishwasher and I do my load of laundry, every day. And I do it consistently. I mean, you've seen me on Instagram, and if you were in the Flylady Premium group, you'll have seen me on Flylady Premium, posting every day the darn picture of the shiny sink. And that is just me being consistent. That's why the system works for me, because I'm being consistent with it. And it's the same with anything. If you are setting off on a new fitness journey, or wanting to eat better, we'll be talking about that in the third week of Bahuki Camp. But you will know that it doesn't, the first couple of days you might, okay, now I'm going to be out on my 5K run, and I'm going to do that 4 times a week. But then if you're not consistent with it, it's just the same as sitting on the sofa. So we've got to be consistent here. And it's all very well for me to say, okay, you've got to be consistent, but I know that doesn't really help you, because I know there are things that get in your way, and try and trip you up. So here are a few things that will help you to be consistent with it. Now, first of all, you've got your plan and you're going to be ticking it off. That's the first thing. You must have these things written down. I know a lot of you think, well, I kind of can remember it. Even I can have days where I forget parts of my morning routine. Most of it is deeply ingrained, but if there's something that comes on and kind of throws me for a loop, it's really nice to have that list. So you've got to have it written down. That's the first thing. The second part of being consistent is, not, as I said before, coming up with these excuses of, I'm too tired, or if you've got a case of the I don't want is, I don't want to do that. And the main thing that helps me, at least, here it comes again, is the trusty timer. Now, you don't need the Flylady timer, just use any timer that you've got. But often when we procrastinate on doing our morning routine, it's because we think, it's going to take too long and I don't want to do it. As I've said to you before, you've got to knuckle down here, because there's no man coming on a white horse, a knight coming to save you. You're the grown-up here. You've got to take responsibility. Set your timer and say, I do this myself, and I don't want to do it, and I can curse and swear. Set the timer for 5 minutes, and often I'm finished the job before the time goes off. You know it yourself. You've seen I did a whole playlist on using the timer, using the magic timer, and I showed you me unloading the dishwasher and doing laundry and all these things that can magically get done if we just use your timer. So in order to be consistent, you're going to have it written down, you're going to use your timer. You've also got to make it fun for yourself, and once you've done your task, get your pom-poms out and say, go me, make it fun for yourself. Also, there's all different types of games you can play. You can take the thing where if you've got your to-do, things on your list that you need to get done. If you don't know which one to start with, number them 1 to 6 and throw a dice. Tear up the things into strips of paper, and then put them into a bowl and then pull one out. Make it fun for yourself. And the main thing is when you're not being consistent with these things, is you're probably not remembering to take breaks. And please, you've got to take those breaks. It's the same thing. You set your timer for 15 minutes and you stop and take a break, because we go, whoa, gung-ho with all these things, and we forget to take breaks. And the break time thing, I know a lot of you are still having problem with the pamper time, the self-care, self-nurture, whatever you want to call it. You really got to get that in at least 15 minutes every day. And as I said to you, let me just get it. I have my bubbles, and the other things that I use are, we have a game that we play in the family called Set, S-E-T. I don't know if you know that one. You can also play it on your own. And that is something that completely takes me out of, everyday thing, because you're so concentrated on trying to find 3 things that match, or three things that do not match at all. And you can go and look on Google for the game. It's a great game. Or also, you know, if there's some kind of, you know, I don't normally play apps, games on my telephone, but there's one that I use. It's for the Tivoli Gardens here in Copenhagen, so there's no point in you playing it there, but I can actually play for points to get, you know, free popcorn and stuff. And that is just one of those, it's a kind of Candy Crush game. And the only thing is, if you're going to play any of those kind of games, set your timer, because suddenly, you know, it's an hour and you're still stuck on the internet. So anyway, to go back to our 3-point plan for making this work, got to have it written down and check it off. That's the first thing. We've got our plan. We're being consistent. We're actually just buckling down and getting it done by, you know, using our timer, making it fun, taking breaks. And the other thing is, I wasn't sure whether to mention this, but when you are doing these, checking off your lists to begin with, I've said to you before, there's no right way or wrong thing to do, you know, Flylady or getting things done. The main thing is just to do something. And we all have, you know, those times where it's really, really difficult. You're having a down day, can't get started, even with the timer. And it's all right to miss a day, okay? But here's the little rule that I have for myself. I can, or miss one thing in your routine. It's all right to miss it once, but don't miss it twice in a row. Okay, to give you an example, you know the swish and swipe thing, you know, swish and swipe your toilet every day. I don't swish and swipe my toilet every day. It doesn't, you know, most days it gets done. I don't do all bathrooms every day. You've got to watch your perfectionism here about, oh, okay, I've not been doing anything before, and then suddenly we've got to do it all in one day. It doesn't work like that. We're just doing what we can. If you miss one day, okay, we can all have those days, but don't miss 2 days in a row. Because when you miss 2 days in a row, that's when things start sliding. That's when you start saying, I can't do this, it doesn't work, and then you're looking for another system. There are no other systems. All these systems, you know, KonMari, Miracle Morning, you know, Flylady, whatever it is, getting things done, they all boil down to the same things. So please allow yourself a bit of leeway and say, you know what, okay, I didn't get the toilet swished and swiped today. Doesn't matter, you just pick up where you left off tomorrow. And the other thing is, do not look at, you know, your routines and look at it and say, you know, I want to be consistent with, you know, doing a little bit of exercise every day, and think that you need to do 31 days out of 31. I've also mentioned this before. Try and give yourself, you know, even write it down and give yourself, let me see if I've got a wee piece of paper here. You know, just write it down on a piece of paper and give yourself 3 of them, put them beside the calendar, or 3 sticky notes where you get a pass. Because if you allow yourself to kind of mess up or not do it for 3 days, you're going to be, on the one hand, it's really nice to say, you know what, it's just really been an awful day and I can't do it. And give yourself a free pass without thinking, well, you know, I failed today and I'm going to throw the whole project out the window. On the other hand, when you're standing there with that pass and you've got 3 of them, you'll say, well, actually, do I really want to use that one today, or can I actually keep going and do it and save this, you know, get a jail card free card for another day? Do you see how that works? Sometimes it's just enough knowing that you have that kind of safety net and you can actually get over the hurdle. So don't be so tough on yourselves. You're always so tough on yourselves. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so we've got our plan. We're being consistent, and we've got little aids to help us to be consistent. And the last part is accountability. Everybody needs an accountability partner. It's always much more fun to do these things in a group. I was down having my skinny dip, you know, I skinny dip all year round in the Danish Sea. I was having my skinny dip this morning, And on my way back, I saw a group of about 15 ladies who were out having a jog. And they were laughing and having fun. And that's the thing, when you do these things in a group, first of all, it encourages you to show up because the other people are expecting you to be there. And it just makes it more fun. And that, surprise, surprise, is where I come into the picture and where, you know, all of you who are watching come into this picture. I'm here to be your cheerleader. I mean, you know that. I mean, yeah, I've always got, yeah. I've always got my pom-poms ready to cheer you on. And the other people who are here, we're all in this together. I mean, you've seen that reading the comments. I mean, you've seen the last couple of days that there've been 2,000 or 3,000 views on these videos. We all want to make the change, and we're all in this together. And that's the great thing. You know that this doesn't cost any money. You can just watch the videos whenever it suits you, and you can comment on these videos. And as I said to you before, even if I'm making a video where, you know, we're cleaning in zone 1 or zone 2, you can please feel free always to comment and say, I did my morning routine today, go me, you know, and you know, and I'll say go you, or somebody else will chime in. That's the other thing on Instagram. Instagram is there as a little community for us where we can cheer each other on, especially if we're having a bad day. If somebody needs a virtual hug or a pom-pom salute, if you've done really well, you know, rah, rah, rah. You can post your pictures. That is great for accountability. I know a lot of the ladies last couple of days, it's really great to see you looking at your outfits. People have been having their hair cut, they've been doing their pamper time. I've seen them out, you know, doing nice things for themselves. So join us on Instagram. Remember, it's the same as the name here, Diane in Denmark. That's where you can find me. And there's also hashtag Diane in Denmark that you can use to post your photos, and then we can see what we're all doing for Bahookie Camp, or just on a day-to-day basis. And it will, I know a lot of you are in a different part of the world from me, so you use them as a kind of reminder, because you see me saying, you know, what I'm showing you what I'm having for dinner, or my outfit for tomorrow. You know, you'll have seen this posted last night. You'll see me shining my sink, and it's a little reminder to yourselves that, oh yeah, that's the next thing I need to get done on my list. The accountability part is key. So hopefully with these 3 things, we've got our plans, we're going to be consistent, we've got ways to keep us consistent, and we've got accountability. Hopefully those 3 things are going to be the 3 things that are going to change things for you. I really hope so. Please, just do what you can, and if you have problems with it, then let me know. I mean, put a comment in, or, you know, post something on Instagram, because we're here for each other. And especially when I get these comments about, you know, people want to be like me when they grow up. I'm just like you. I have my struggles on a day-to-day basis, just like you. I don't go too much into personal things because, you know, I try and keep as you know, the rest of my family private, so you won't see pictures of the kids' bedrooms, or the kids, or my husband. You know, I respect their private life. We try and keep some things private, but I have my struggles just like you. I have my blah days, my, you know, I don't want to, a lot of don't want to do the cleaning days, but you know what, we just buckle down and we do it, and we have some fun with it. So that was our 3-pronged attack for doing this Bahookie Camp. As I said to you, next week we're going to be hitting all the zones in the house. We're going to get control of the house again. And I also wanted to just say a little announcement that I have been making kind of back-to-back videos because of the Flylady cruising through the holiday missions and the cleanup missions. That they're all there whenever you're ready for them. But I'm going back to my usual procedure, which is posting videos Monday to Friday. I don't normally post videos at the weekend. I try and keep my weekends free. I hope you do too. And as you already know, my videos are normally around max 15-20 minutes, because I don't want you, sitting there on your Bahuki. I just want to encourage you and motivate you, or else we're kind of working together doing 15 minutes detailed cleaning or 15 minutes decluttering. So just a little announcement, you won't be seeing so much of me, but I hope you can, I hope you can afford, 15 minutes Monday to Friday, and we'll make big changes together. Right, that is it. I am off to look at my lists, get things done, and I'm just going to leave you with an extra rah, rah, rah. And I'm not on YouTube over the weekend, but I am on Instagram, and you'll see the darn picture of the darn shiny sink and all those things. So I hope you'll join us there. Okay, that's it for me. Diane in Denmark. Live long and prosper and have a fantastic day out there, and I hope the Bahuki camp will work for you. It will, it will. There's no hope about it. It's Master Yoda, do or not do. Is it? Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean. Okay, time for me to have some more coffee. Have a great day. Bye for now.